Hello everyone, here with Missy Jen, and we're, as promised, and I've had a lot of people ask me, are you girls going to continue doing the post-fire coverage? And of course the answer is yes. The shock is, we're past the initial shock, and now the realities are setting in on the Great Santa Rosa fire, which has officially become the most expensive, the deadliest, and the largest wildfire in terms of urban entry in the history of the United States, for sure, with an area the size of Manhattan taken out and property worth some $4 billion now destroyed. And like I say, working with insurance agents now, a lot of people are starting to come to the realization, and Jen, we witnessed this when we were at Coffey Park last week, that they're going to be short on the money that
for rebuild,
for rebuilding. In other words, the amount that the insurance company is paying them is going to be less than the mortgage that they own. Now maybe the feds have some type of forbearance or something like that in the case of catastrophic conditions like that. Who knows, but it's the reality they have to face.
Well, I heard yesterday that there's a bank here, I think.
Yeah, Redwood Credit Union.
They have with donations collected a significant sum that they are gonna put towards helping people.
But that's really going to go towards
rebuild.
rental and short-term housing for people, because I can tell you, for the majority of people, it's going to be 2 to 5 years before any hammer is set on a nail to rebuild their homes. And in the meantime, that's going to be a lot of cost. If you have to house a family of 4 or 5 here, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 a month rental, if you can find something. I mean, that's the really big if.
The price gauge.
There's just nothing. There isn't really. They've been pretty good about pricing and stuff. We have laws here that after after the governor declares a state of emergency, you're not allowed to raise prices a certain amount as a result of that, which is probably a good thing. I mean, there's unscrupulous people that will always take advantage of the misery and misfortune of others and use that as an opportunity to capitalize. But there's also some people that can't bear up, and I knew this situation would start to unfold. There was a dentist that went up to his place yesterday and touring around his property site up in Fountaingrove, he took his own life. He just couldn't see a way back to rebuilding. And I think this is going to be the reality when you get the rainy season set in. It's very depressing around here. And you're not going to be building houses. I've told you guys, a lot of the underground sewer pipe up in Fountaingrove, the drainage pipe that they use to carry water away from certain parts is plastic, and it was supposed to be capped at both ends with 15 feet of corrugated steel. You've seen the corrugated tubing on the ends, but for some reason or another it wasn't. So a lot of this underground piping, this big 3-4 foot piping, melted hundreds of feet underneath of the ground. So this is another thing that the mayor did not expect. Every day is a new slap of reality. And what does that do, Missy Jen?
They're talking about if we get now significant rainfall, possibility of sinkholes and other issues occurring.
Yeah, we've already had one sinkhole open up over there.
And then they might have to evacuate.
Yeah, they've got landslides. So the city's been going around in the county posting notices on people's doors, or what's left of their mailbox or whatever they can, to just let them know that of the hazardous condition of potential landslides and the ground collapsing with holes under the ground and stuff like that. So it's a very it's tough times, and every day is going to yield a new new aspect of the destruction that unfolds itself. So today our game plan, I have to go down to this, need to pick up a little bit of automotive paint here, and then Jen and I are going to make our way up to Fountaingrove. We have never really been able to get up to the higher reaches because press or no press, they've always had things blocked off up there. So today we're hoping things will abate. We may also be able to poke into Journey's End mobile home park. They're supposed to have that open now. That's the place where 140 mobile homes burned down. They're supposed to have that reopened now, and as a result, you know, before they were just letting residents. We may be able to get in. They've probably withdrawn the gates. They don't want to pay security and all that. I'm going to run into the paint store here, so join you guys in a second. We'll make our way north up Santa Rosa Avenue. It'll turn into Mendocino Avenue, and then we'll make our way up to Fountaingrove Parkway, and we'll see what we got up there, okay? See if we can get into Journey's End here. Yeah, it's pretty much wide open now, and we'll kind of take a look around. We haven't really been over here since we filmed day 2 because they had it under guard to allow their residents to come in and sift through first. And, to be honest, it doesn't look like a darn thing's been done over here. So, what do you think, Jen? Nothing's been done here at all.
Well, they got sifts over here.
Well, they have, yeah, they had little screen sifters that people could use, but this is almost exactly what I saw.
Yeah, somebody's got a screen over there.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people look at it and they say, well, it's not worth looking to anything. I mean, look at this. It's like,
yeah, they really haven't done anything here, Jen. I mean, obviously this is not going to take a long time to get cleared out. I see the EPA has been through here and checked for really hazardous stuff through here. But I really thought that they would have a dedicated crews in here already lifting out some of the metal. I see some of the cars have been removed from the main streets, but
yeah, but they were talking on the radio about that. Starting to remove vehicles off the streets.
Yeah, I think they found one more person passed away over here when they were going through some of the stuff. So
there's somebody back there in the truck. They've been doing the
yeah, they're trying to make sure that none of this debris gets swept down into the creeks. We've already had some rain, so they're very worried about the pollution and everything getting into the creeks. So I would,
yeah, I mean, there's not
you know, these people don't really have any money to do anything for themselves, so they're kind of at the mercy.
Yeah, yesterday or today was the deadline for the...
Yeah, yesterday was the deadline. If you wanted the EPA to clean up your site, yesterday was your deadline to turn in your form, and I think like 70% of the people have the EPA doing the cleanup. The other 30% either didn't get the word or their insurance company is going to pay them money for the cleanup. But these people have no such ability to pay for that. So really, nothing at all has been done over here.
Some people who probably renters too. They don't care about site cleanup.
But I think that you'll agree. I'm trying not to run through all this glass. There's just tons of glass all over from cars think you agree, Jen. This would only take once a lifter gets a backhoe gets in here with a picker.
Wouldn't take
and
much.
a couple bobcats. This would probably take 1 week to clean out this park. Wouldn't be any big deal, but yeah, there's just nothing left to do. There's the only thing that the EPA's been through all these sites for potentially toxic materials. Wonder how these people, maybe I'll be able to talk to somebody over here in one of these. A few of these mobile homes actually survived, believe it or not, this Armageddon that night of the 8th into the morning of the 9th of October. Kind of hard to believe. This is a laundry room. They had asbestos that they found over here. That's why they had to close the park down. So they still have that kind of roped off just to be sure.
Asbestos.
Yeah, danger asbestos, it says there. So yeah, there's some people down here that actually, can you imagine living in here and having survived that?
Oh, I do remember this blue trailer, but they were like hosing it down with the water hose, and then they left, and that's why that survived, because they hosed it down with the water hose before they left. This one here.
I guess we'll turn around and shoot a little other video. I'm going to just loop through if I can see anybody around. But I'm not sure the place is really habitable right now. I mean, I don't know.
There's somebody there.
My investment.
Yeah, here's people driving here.
So yeah, these people look. This is what Journey's End used to look like, and they had them packed in like sardines over here. So we'll pull over and we'll park here and get out and do a little scoping around here. But I'm really kind of surprised there's not been one step. Although, Jen, we saw PG&E working furiously over here the days after the fire.
Yeah. They were in here with like 20 or 30 vehicles.
Let's poke around here a little bit.
Working furiously in here.
Do you think, Jan, there's really no point to even sifting through this
If
kind
I
of...
was like this, if this was my place, I wouldn't even attempt to sift through here and look for anything, because there is nothing left. There's just nothing.
Yeah, it was just a complete...
It's just
everything
nothing
burned,
around.
pottery cracked, it's just a mess. All right, we'll poke around a little more and be careful in there. Tough to see. You can even see the metal railings and stuff, how they got bent in the heat. I have to say, I'm really surprised they haven't moved any of this debris. I guess it's just priorities. This is Kaiser Hospital, where they had to evacuate the night of the 8th and into the 9th, the wee hours of the morning. And over 200 doctors in the community have lost their homes here in the Santa Rosa area. And sadly, quite a few nurses too, and some of them lived within this park here. And they worked their duty and had the real tragedy of looking out their windows that night, overnight, and watching their homes just be consumed over here in this park. The stories that are coming out now are just unbelievable, but certainly this place, October 8th and 9th, really had to be a little slice of hell. I'm very pleased. We have a couple residents of Journeys, and this is the mobile home park here, and they really haven't communicated what the alternatives are going to be for you folks, huh?
No, we haven't heard anything from the city.
Because this gentleman had been here 12 years, Vietnam veteran back here, and it's awful. So I'm surprised. Why don't you think any cleanup has been?
Well, they came and they did the asbestos. They had found asbestos in the laundry. Then that got cleaned up, but then the owners they haven't given word what they're going to do for as far as because the water, everything's been ruined from the fire. So I don't know if they're going to keep the park, sell the park, do or anything. So it leaves everybody.
Yeah, with so many people over here, and I've heard rumors Kaiser may want to buy it or something.
No, I don't think that's.
I would hope not. I mean, the community would be so opposed to that.
Well, that displacement of so many.
That's what I'm saying.
Homes,
I think one of the worst parts about this area here is the uncertainty. They don't know. They're not telling these people, are you going to have to demolish all of these? Are they closing the park down? You know, they don't know. They don't know. At least Coffey Park knows what they're going to do.
And Fountaingrove and Mark West Springs, they know what they're going to do.
Here you have the lower income. It seems like they're just getting shuffled.
Yeah, that's why I'm here today, to bring that story.
A lot of them are caught in between a rock and a hard spike because their place didn't burn down, so that's even worse almost.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if is your place still stand? Are you?
Yes.
Right in my aunt's,
Very good. I mean,
but it's not
for what it's worth, you know, because you can't live there. So.
Well, no, and what they're doing is they're coming in at night and just taking what they want.
Oh, you've had, I thought they had security. I was here a while back.
No
they had gate security.
No.
They put it in the Press Democrat, so it's a free rate.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know.
They announced it would be open and there wouldn't be any more guards.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
now,
how
I do
terrible.
have a choice to stay here at night, I guess. But then, if I do something against a looter, then I'm in trouble. So.
Yeah,
I'm real sorry, folks. I mean.
And like this lady right here, she said the night of the fire, she goes, I wish it would have burned down afterwards because now her insurance is not paying her anything. She's got a mobile home that's not worth anything.
Right.
She can't live there. She can't sell it, and she can't get insurance on it because of the. All she got was just additional living space.
Has anybody from the city of Santa Rosa been out to meet with any of you?
Of.
Chris Coursey, the mayor, or anybody been
they
here?
haven't even picked up the trash.
I was going to say, I was shocked that nothing's been, the metal or anything, nothing has been lifted over in that area. So I really think they owe you a lot better explanation. Just come in and meet with you.
Somebody, you know, come
Step
up with a plan.
Yeah.
You know, we need a plan.
Okay. That's it.
Everybody's got a plan but us.
Okay.
And it's driving the owners crazy because they're in limbo. How much more stress can they take like that? Not knowing where to go, and there's no rental places anywhere.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing.
On limited income.
That's what I say. I'm not even sure if the city's equipped to deal with something of this magnitude politically and everything.
Well, this is the affordable housing that Santa Rosa sorely needs.
Yeah.
But they're not taking care of it. They're not, you know, we have a lot of older people there.
Oh, I can imagine, but it looked like a real nice community with the pool and everything.
It was, and they're just walking around kind of aimlessly.
Yeah. I've seen people just stumbling through their things there. So.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I hope it all works out for you, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, well, it's going to be years. But
okay.
hopefully
Oh,
they'll
it'll
get
be
this
years,
back
but
up
hopefully
and
you have
running.
a place to live. And
Well, I do.
he said he's a bum, and he's the furthest thing from a bum. He's a Vietnam vet and
Right.
lived here for 12 years.
She's been here
His
30.
his place is still standing, but
Well,
he's
they're
no
they're
utilities.
nice,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
were protecting Kaiser. That's why they got left behind.
yeah.
It's kind of like she said. It might have been better if the fire just took
Yeah,
the whole
exactly,
lot.
exactly. Now,
Then you know where you're at.
exactly.
Right.
Now you don't know where you are. So,
Yeah.
thank you, folks.
She's 81 years old and she's been here 30 years.
I don't know how much longer.
I don't know how long. she's
Yeah,
been
this
here.
is a real shock. Yeah. So, thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah,
Well, there you have it, folks. There's just that uncertainty. Like they said, you can't live here. There's no utilities at all. And if she was telling me it might have been better. It might have been better if everything had just burned down, because you would not have the uncertainty. Now you don't know if you're going to be left back into your place or what the story is. And this is stuff I feel bad about, because this community doesn't get the attention. You know, it's a low income area. And Fountaingrove, the wealthy area, they can kind of take care of their own. Mark West Springs, I've taken you guys over there. In Coffey Park, they can take care of their own. But when you look at the scale of the devastation over here, and the age of the average resident here, there's really no way that these people are really equipped to cope and rebuild their lives and all that. So okay, so let's see if we can get up the hill to Fountaingrove. And we've never been able to get to some of the really high elevations way above the line here. So way above the street level down here. So let's catch up with Missy Jen and let's get going. What do you have, Jen?
Looking, they picked up some of
Yeah, I
this.
don't think that you're going to find any real silver here. It's probably
Somebody
just...
picked it up or something.
Yeah.
Somebody went through it, I guess. And
Yeah.
laid it out here.
Yeah, 'cause these people really didn't have the money to afford that. But I was talking to a couple, and they said that looters are hitting this place every night. They're coming into this place. Because there's still 2 rows of mobile homes that are standing over there, and you can't live in them, so they're all being hit at night by looters and stuff, because the gates, there's no more security here. So look at the way this glass just fused. That is unbelievable. It's really sad. They haven't done one thing over these residents are just frantic over here that I talked to, because they're in limbo. They said we wish it just burned down, and it would have been clear our path forward, but we don't know if we'll ever be able to reoccupy. So one guy's a Vietnam vet. He said, I'm a bum now. I said, sir, you're the furthest thing from a bum. You know, this is a disgrace. So he's living on the streets now, tragically. Well, do a little more video and we'll get out of here.